All right, welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful mental model called systems thinking. It's this incredible way of seeing the hidden structures that control, well, everything, from global fisheries to your own personal energy levels. And it all starts with a surprisingly simple idea. Let's get into it.
So, you ever feel like you're just spinning your wheels? You're fighting this invisible current. You throw solution after solution at a problem, but it just won't budge. Well, that frustration, it often comes from looking at the problem in completely the wrong way.
And this is the trap. This is where we all get stuck. We see a condition, a low number in our bank account or high stress levels, and we try to fix that condition directly. But the thing is, the condition is just a result. It's a snapshot in time. The real power is in understanding the actions that are constantly shaping it.
So to make that shift, to get our focus off the static conditions and on to the dynamic actions, we need a new way of seeing. And believe it or not, it all begins with a tool you're probably already very familiar with.
Yep, a bathtub. I know, it might sound a little basic, but the dynamics of a simple bathtub hold the key to understanding incredibly complex systems. Just, picture it in your head. You've got the tub, you've got the faucet, and you've got the drain. This one image is the foundation for everything we're about to unpack.
Okay, so let's build on that. We're going to put some names to these ideas, stocks and flows, and we'll use our bathtub as the perfect guide. And trust me, once you get this, you are going to start seeing stocks and flows absolutely everywhere.
First up is the stock. The stock is basically the water in the tub. It's an accumulation, a quantity of something. You can walk into the bathroom, press pause on time, and measure it. There are 10 gallons of water in here. It can be something physical, like cash in a drawer, or something you can't touch, like your level of happiness. It's the condition.
So, if the water level is the stock, what are the flows? Well, they're the faucet and the drain, right? A flow is a rate of change. It only makes sense over time. You can't just take a picture of a flow. It's gallons per minute. It's people hired per month. These are the actions that make the stock go up or down.
This table here just makes that distinction crystal clear. Stocks are the nouns, the water, the cod, your happiness. They're the snapshots. But flows are the verbs, filling and emptying, hatching and harvesting, building and losing. They are the actions that are happening over time. And this leads us to the critical insight. This is the whole ball game right here. You can't change the water level just by looking at it. To change the stock, you must intervene with the flows, turning the faucet, pulling the plug. Those are the levers of change in any system.
Okay, theory is great, but let's make this real. We're going to leave the bathroom now and head out to the North Atlantic to look at the very real, very tragic problem of the collapsing cod population. And we can actually map this system using our new tool.
Building one of these maps is a really simple three-step process. First, you identify the main stock you're concerned about. Then, you add the inflows that fill it up. And finally, you add the outflows that drain it. So for our example, step 1 is a no-brainer. What's the accumulation we care about? It's the cod population. That's our bathtub. It's the condition that has been steadily and very worrisomely decreasing. Now for the flows. What's our faucet? The inflow. That's the hatching rate. And the outflows, our drains? Well, there's fish dying naturally, and then there's the big one, the harvesting rate from the fishing industry.
And right away, our simple map gives us this undeniable truth. If the stock of cod is falling, it's not a mystery, it's just math. The total outflow rate is greater than the total inflow rate. More water is going down the drain than is coming out of the faucet. It's the only way the level can fall.
So now our map lets us ask really targeted, smart questions. We can start diagnosing. First, let's look at the inflow. Is the faucet clogged? Has the hatching rate gone down? Maybe because of pollution or something?
Next, what about the outflows? Let's check the first drain. Has the natural death rate increased? Is there a new predator in town?
Or has the flow that we humans control, the harvesting rate, has that gone way up? This line of questioning helps us isolate the real driver of the problem. And when we investigate that third question about harvesting, we uncover a classic destructive pattern that appears in systems all over the world. See, what happened to the cod isn't unique. It's a famous archetype.
And the stakes here are incredibly high. This isn't just a theoretical model. In the real-world Georges Bank fishery, these system dynamics led to a 90% collapse in the cod catch over just a few decades. A catastrophic outcome, all driven by a predictable pattern.
And that pattern is called the tragedy of the commons. It's what happens when a bunch of people share a resource.
For each individual fisherman, the rational choice is to catch as many fish as possible. But when everyone makes that same locally rational decision, they collectively destroy the resource, leading to a collapse that hurts absolutely everyone.
The tragedy of the commons is just one of many of these repeatable patterns, or systems archetypes. These are common stories that play out again and again in the world, from shifting the burden to success to the successful. And learning to spot them is like having a superpower.
So we've gone from a bathtub to a fishery collapse, and we've seen how a simple map of stocks and flows can bring immense clarity. So now let's bring it all home and talk about how you can put this powerful lens to work in your own world.
If you remember only one thing from this whole explainer, make it this. Stop trying to change the stock directly. Instead, shift your entire focus to the flows. Ask yourself what actions are filling the tub and what actions are draining it. Because those are your levers. They are the only places you can truly intervene.
And that leads us to a final thought for you. Think about your own life, your work, or your community. What is a stock that you're concerned about? Is it your team's morale, your physical fitness, your savings account? Now, ask yourself, what are the inflows and the outflows that control that stock? And which of those flows can you actually influence starting today? That's where your power truly lies.